I think representation, you just even mentioned that. You've made it where you've been a councillor for 3 years now, and you just mentioned 2 great achievements, things you've achieved within the council. That was because you were there. You were there, that representation was there, so it is important that we have representation where those conversations are happening. Somebody is there who's got that link with the community, who knows what the community are saying. You can say, actually, this policy is not right for the people that I'm talking to in the community. This is what I'm getting, this is what people are saying to me. How can we make that happen? And I think representation is what is important that I would say. I'll stop there to pass the over.
My name is Dr. Colin Adams. I'm Great Works Community Centre and I chair the network of the largest community centres in Islington. What was the question? The question was, I think, as Susan said, representation. How many senior managers are in the council that are black? First thing that I would say, you can't have community service without representation at every level. I think there's sorts of barriers and blockages in the council that we need to address. I also think, in terms of, I'm on the community centre and we do a lot around education, raising awareness. But I think one of the really big things we don't do, we don't advocate, we don't do any advocacy. So the exclusion of black boys in schools, a crime, and how many people are out there jumping in on banging on doors, looking at what's happening in schools. What they've had to is now is even got worse in terms of exclusion. So again, I think we need to mobilise people. There's some key challenges around employment, mental health, all the above that we already know. It's not new to people. We know what we need to do. We need to advocate more and hold the housing equal to account.
I've been there for 13 years and I've been doing a lot of community work. Over the past couple of years I've decided to concentrate on the African-Caribbean community. I think COVID threw up a lot of things that you mentioned, and it was really apparent that our community was suffering, we were lacking services, we weren't accessing services, and we really were at the bottom of the pile. I think it's very, very difficult to kind of explain the situation that we're in at the moment, because like Councillor has said, our voice does need to be heard, and I for one have been banging on several doors. I think the problem is that we're not heard. We have challenging inequalities, working fairer together, all of these fantastic initiatives, but they're not actually achieving what they're supposed to achieve. We're still at the bottom, we're still struggling, we're still suffering. All of the investment goes to a particular community. Very little of it comes to ours. How do we change that? There's only so much knocking on the door, there's only so much talking we can do, and I think the only way that we can change this is for us to do what we need to do for ourselves, by ourselves. I think for some of us, we're just worn out, just knocking on the council's door, asking them to help us. It's not forthcoming, so the only way we can do it is to do it by ourselves. And the way we can do that is to unite. We need to work together. They say that our voices are stronger together, and I thought that's what I want to do.
Thank you. My name is George Fiel, and I'm from the performing arts background. I came here a few years ago. I won't say the years, I don't know my age. But I came as a performer, and I will perform all around Britain, Europe, America, Canada, and all those places. Well, I came as a performer, but when I arrived in this country, I found out that there have been discrepancies, things that cultures accepted and little was known about African culture. And so I took it upon myself and a few colleagues of mine to start going to schools and weddings. We found out that perception of Africans, that they come from the jungle, they live like monkeys, and they have no future at all with the whole thing. Now, I remember going to schools, and anytime I went to do workshops, which is African-Caribbean dancing, especially this heartening thing is that the black children separate themselves. They don't like to take part at all. And we had this kind of thing about us saying that he was making noises like the monkeys, you know, and the materials, the costumes that we wore, you know, we wore the same material up and down. They used to have my say that this was, we were in pajamas. And we fought on Caribbean. And I worked, so I was the first person to be employed by the ILA, the London Education Authority, to teach African dance, or bring the culture through the dancing, music and dancing. And from then on, I worked with Hackney College, Hackney Council, Islington Council, Playing Youth Service, Water Forest Playing Youth Service, Harrogate Playing Youth Service, and I went all through all these boroughs, bringing in the cultures. And so the experience that I had made me to set up groups as well. Set up one group in Water Forest, set up one group in Islington, with Kakari Dance Ensemble. Okay? And just to educate people in my culture. You know, in Africa, those of us from Africa, you know that community is a key thing. The village is a whole community. And people belong to that one community. But I found separation in this country. And I know I go to schools all around the country, and it's amazing that even white children come to me and call me Uncle George, Uncle George, Uncle George. You know, there were times they would go to their parents. I went to a school in somewhere in, I think, Kent. And then when I finished, the next week I went back to the town. And I went to, for my homeworks. And I saw these children rushing, Uncle George, Uncle George, Uncle George. It's a beauty to see children, warming up to my culture. And this is what I'm doing. And so at the moment, we thought the hurdle will come by the hurdle, but it's still happening. It's happening. And at the moment, as I'm sitting here talking, I'm facing problems in the place that I teach, my African dance. And so, counselor, again, this isn't, okay, and how we move forward and bring the communities together. Because my thing is inclusive. I don't care where background, where you come from, what culture you belong to, but to share, I believe that sharing cultures makes us understand each other. And so remove all the discriminations and racialism.
Thank you. You actually